Guys, this is Shubha Vishnoi and our today's video's topic is group discussion. GD. GD can be a very crucial part of any job interview. So it is very much important to know that how a GD takes place and what exactly a GD is. GD is a purposeful, systematic, interactive oral communication. Yes, the participants are made to sit in a circle or semicircle. They are given a topic and they have to speak about the topic. So this process is known as group discussion. The participants express their thoughts, their ideas, their views and their feelings on the given topic. Okay, so what are the skills? Why GD is so important? Because there are certain skills which the evaluator want to check in you. So what are these skills? The first and foremost important skill is oral communication skill. So what is that communication? Communication, you know that how well you are able to communicate what you want to say. Are you able to express your thoughts in a clear way? So that is communication skill. So for that you need to have that clarity of mind, that clarity of expression. When you say something, it should clearly be understood by the listeners. That is communication skill. So that skill is important and it is judged. The next skill is your verbal and non-verbal communication skill. So verbal communication, which you are communicating through words, that is verbal communication. And non-verbal communication is even when you are not speaking at all, still you communicate a lot of things through your body language. So that is through your postures, through your gestures and expressions you are communicating. So you need to take care the way you sit in the group, the way you are using your hands, your head, your shoulders, the way you are looking at people, whether you are smiling or not. So these are certain signs of body language. Okay, the next skill is listening skill. Listening is very much important. As I tell in most of the videos that listening becomes very much important, because when you listen people, you are able to make your own thoughts and ideas. You create a lot of things when you listen. Okay, so when you are listening, you will be able to manage your thoughts and then present in a very logical way. So listen to others, that is also a skill, and listening also shows that you are a patient person. It means you will be the better person for the job because you will be able to handle the situations very patiently. Okay, so the next skill which is judged is your team behavior or group behavior. So group behavior, it means there may be people who are not agree with you. There may be people who agree with you. So how do you manage those things? And it may be that people are getting diverted from the topic. So how do you manage that team behavior? So that is the team behavior or the group behavior skill, which is also judged. Last but not the least is leadership skill. Yes, so leader is not a person who speaks and speaks. The leader is a person who listen to others and keeping in mind everyone's point of view, then he speaks something. So leader, remember that leaders are not appointed, they emerge. So develop those leadership qualities in you, because these are certain skills which will be judged during group discussion. Okay, so now we will talk about that what we should do and what we should not do during the discussion. Okay, so what should we do? Remember, you must start the discussion. You should take the initiative. So you should start the discussion only if you know the topic. So if you are familiar with the topic, you must start the discussion because it will give you some extra points. Okay, but remember, if you don't know the topic, don't start at all just for the sake of starting. Okay, next is that you must intervene. You must intervene if the topic is getting hostile, if the discussion is getting hostile, or if the topic is getting diverted from main topic to some other topic. Okay, so at that time you must interrupt in between And the next thing is that what you should do, listen to others. As I have already mentioned, that when you will listen, you will be able to put your points in a better way. Okay, what else you should do? You should talk in a proper way, be brief. If you are aware about the topic, it doesn't mean that you will speak continuously. So be brief, say what you say, only what you have to say, not irrelevant anything. Okay, so be brief and think before you speak. And the very important point is that you must substantiate your points with facts and figures. For example, if the topic is related to population, or it is related to employment, so at that time, if you remember certain facts and figures, it will be very beneficial for you. And if the topic is something abstract, for example, character, money or health, which would you prefer? So at that time, if you relate certain incidents or certain short story or certain examples, then you will have extra amount of things that you could talk about. Okay, so these are certain do's you should do. Next is what you should not do. Remember that you don't have to be aggressive at all. So don't show your emotions. Okay, and don't discourage other speakers if they are speaking, and don't get discouraged if the speaker who has spoken in front of you or before you, if he or she has spoken very well, so then don't get discouraged at all. Okay, so you will be given points on your speaking. Now, what are the don'ts? What is the behavior that you should not do during the discussion? The first is, don't be loud or aggressive, which means that don't exhibit your emotions at all. Okay, next is, don't be nervous. If the other speaker has presented very well, it doesn't mean that you will not be given any chance to speak. So don't be nervous. Next, don't discourage other speakers, and don't ask irrelevant questions, the questions which are not related to the topic. Don't ask such questions. Next is, don't discourage other speakers, which means you need not to interrupt again and again. So this is certain group behavior that you have to keep in mind. You have to show your proper body language during the discussion. Okay, and remember that the discussion, the presentation, your presentation can make or mar your personality. Okay, so remember that you have one chance to prove yourself the best out of the rest. Thank you so much.